Okay, so what did the chicken show and the original like stock shows look like?
Okay, like I said, in the late 40s, 50s, we had one of the largest chicken shows in Maverick County. Um, Unfortunately, at those times, we did not have a barn. We did not have a show barn. So it was taking place at the First National Bank parking lot where they bring in pallets or they bring in hay and kind of put it around the ground. And that's where the show took place, on the parking lot of the bank downtown. I've talked to several people like Ernie Wiesting, longtime coach. He used to show in the chicken show. My father-in-law, Roy Schmerber, used to show in the chicken show. So there's still an older generation that's still around that participated in that chicken show. From there, it expanded, like I said, in the 1960s to the modern day type animals that we show, the bigger animals. But through the 50s, it was just pretty much a chicken show. And they were talking about somewhere around 150 kids to 200 kids showing chickens. The stories they tell are pretty funny as to what we have the modern day chicken shows. They kind of turned them loose and let them run around in the ring, and how they judged them, I don't know. I guess which one was the fastest one or had the fluffiest feathers. But it was a different type of show, different times. But it all started at the parking lot to the First National Bank downtown.
So how do you think the current ACT teachers, the Purcells, Mr. Garcia, yourself, how do you think you've affected the current students, your former students? How do you think it's affecting the people right now?
I think we've become more involved, especially as we have our families involved in the program. I have daughters in the program. Mr. Purcell had his sons. He has one left as a senior this year. Mr. Garcia doesn't have family yet, but he's young and very enthusiastic about FFA. As we've had our families and we devote all our time to the program, we've had a lot of kids go on and become ag teachers, kind of following in our footsteps per se. There's a ag teacher in San Marcos, New Braunfels area, Pablo Rodriguez. We have Shawnee Betancourt, now got married, and I can't remember her married name, but another ag teacher. Orly Nava just became an ag teacher in Zapata. We had Carlos Rodriguez, also an ag teacher in Leakey. Through the years, we've kind of tried to influence the kids in agriculture and become proponents of agriculture, but some of them have taken it a step further and kind of followed in our footsteps, being ag teachers. And I think we've given, or we try to give as much as we can to our students as far as our desire to support agriculture and to keep the younger generation involved in agriculture to help feed the world. I guess the older ag teachers in the 60s and 70s, they worked alone and tried to do as much as they could. Of course, the travel and the money that's spent by the school was a lot less back then as it compared to now. Ag teachers influenced quite a few of us that took up the ropes and jumped into teaching ag. Like I said, Mr. Cook had four of his former students become ag teachers, and three of them are, currently four of them are still ag teachers. One of them is kind of a director slash ag teacher, but he's still teaching ag. So they influenced us, and now we're influencing the younger generation to jump in there and support agriculture and help the young people kind of learn about agriculture and get them influenced towards agriculture and towards supporting agriculture, and hopefully some of them become ag teachers and carry the torch. Right now there's a giant need for ag teachers. There's a lot of openings around the state. So it's a big program and has expanded quite a bit. So the ag teachers nowadays, I think it's the involvement that we put in, a lot of it because of our families are also participating in it, but it's just the love for it. It's not a job, it's a career, it's a passion that we have for the program and for agriculture that hopefully we pass over to our students as they take our classes through a 4-year program.